Hello there. I am Cheryl. This is The Whole Bucket. Welcome and welcome back to The Whole Bucket. I am still working through January by preparing as much stuff as I can for journal making. And I think that I do a few things differently than other folks do. I mean, there's a lot of similarities and some exactly the same, but there's some things that I do a bit differently that I thought maybe it was worth showing you this part. So I've done a whole bunch. I'll show you what I've done already when we're all done with this, but it is when I cut up a whole paper pack at once. This particular paper pack is going to have a little bit of a caveat to that because I am a May baby. And I think that I probably bought this particular paper pack because it has Lily of the Valleys in it, which is, the May birth month flower. So I'm a little partial. So I am going to cut up 90% of this paper pack. I'm going to leave this fussy cut sheet to the side. I'll do a little bit of a quick flip through just to show you what kind of stuff is in here. It looks like I might have used one page. In fact, look at that. You know what this is? I think this is the page that I used in Defemember. Polka dots. Yeah, Anyway. Anywho, there's this one. And this one. And there's the back. And this one. And the back. This one. And the back. This one. Got some lilacs going on. I know somebody will ooh and ah over the lilacs. There's some more fussy cuts. I think I'll set that aside also. And do I want all of this fussy cuts? Because there's nothing on the back, so I might as well, right? Cards. I don't even know if I want those, but I might. And what's this? You know what? This is from a different pack. Well, let's set that aside too then. So is this one. Oh, it's a gift. Oh, look what. She sent me a gift. Okay. That's from 14 Craft Bar. It is a small business in Ireland. And the shipping is as outrageous as you think it might be. So I only order from there when I can order a lot. If I order a lot, the shipping makes more sense. And I haven't ordered from there in a while, but I really wish I could. Okay, so this is all two-sided. We're going to do this paper pack anyway. If you want to know what it is, I honestly don't know because there's very little to almost none of it in English. The only part that I have found in English is craft paper. I don't know the name of it. I don't know what that brand says. I don't know what any of these other words say. We got Pinterest, Instagram. We got that, right? But otherwise, none of this stuff is in English. So, I don't know exactly how to tell you anything about it. I meant to cut these bottom bits off before I started the camera, but I didn't. So, I do save these for the most part because they can be used later. One of the very first things when I'm cutting up two-sided scrapbook paper, and this is heavy paper, right? This is heavy paper, nearly cardstockish, right? One of the very first things I will do is cut out a piece for the front cover, or the back cover, I guess. But I'll show you what I mean. So I want a piece that is 8¼ inches tall. So I'll go right there. Oh, look at this. Oh, you can see it right there. Look how my blade is getting so dull. It's practically ripping through the paper rather than cutting it. I'm just trying to avoid switching blades because then I don't have any. So I'm going to do that 8¼ by 6. So this might or might not be trimmed later, right? I might ink the edges, I might round the corners, whatever. But I'm going to show you what I do with this particular piece. I'm going to score it at 1 inch. I know that's kind of a big score, but I do like it to be, for this particular piece, I like it to have a lot of, I did that. I should have scored it on the other side. Here, I will. The valley becomes a mountain. Okay. So, I will show you quick what I do with this piece and why I cut blanks of them. Let me grab a journal because I didn't do that either. I thought I was ready to go. Apparently I was not. All right, there's just some generic journal I made once upon a time. Let's open it up and I'll show you what this piece would be used for. Right inside here, so I have a piece of paper that is lining the inside of the cover. I would tuck this folded piece under there and glue that down before I do the paper, right? And then this is a flip. So then this opens. I can do it on the other side, right? Like this. I can do this on the back page. You can also do this anywhere inside. If this were sewn into a signature, it could create a tuck spot on one side, and then this would be a whole sheet on the other side. I don't know. It's just I mean, all the pieces can be used in more than one way. But I cut this the size it is with the full intent of having a book cover flip out. Okay, so that's that. Then, with the rest of the page, I have these two pieces left. One of the things I like to do is get a 5x5 for burrito cutting or burrito making. I don't know if you know about burritos, but if you don't, I'm going to show you right now. So I'll cut that chunk off, and then this isn't going to be exactly 5 either, so I will cut this chunk off, and then I have a burrito. And this oh my, let me see if I can I usually do this part on the small trimmer. Oh, I can do it right here. Okay, so I'm going to line up the points of my square on the same line. And then from this edge, I'm going to go in 1 7/8, I believe. Oh my. Well, let's try it and see what happens. So 1 inch would be there, 2 inches would be there. I'm going to subtract 1/8. I think that's the spot. 1 7/8 in from the point. Same thing on this side. It's going to be right at 11.5. I'm going to go in 1 inch, 2 inches, and back up 1/8. That's my fancy way of measuring. again, I scored this on the wrong side, so, well, I guess it doesn't matter in this case. Okay, so this is a burrito. Fold this in, crease it, fold this in, crease it. Now, I don't have any burritos decorated, but you just put some kind of closure here. A lady I was watching the other day put Velcro here so this could be opened. I typically don't do that because I'm tired of kind of flappy things wearing out, and I think that this one would wear out pretty easy. I don't know, but my intent now is to use this as belly bands. Ooh, we all like belly bands, right? I also cut an awful lot of tag bits, and oh shoot, that's not the one. Somewhere in here I have a tag size that fits in these pockets perfectly. Let's see if it's this one. It is. Look at that. I'll put a little sort of a stopper down here. The lady I was watching the other day put little mini page tabs as her stopper dealie. I have used, you know, all kinds of different cutouts, flowers, circles, half circles, any little labels or tags or whatever you got, doesn't matter. But if you put a little stopper down here, your stuff won't fall out of its burrito. And we all know how terrible it is when your burrito stuffings fall out. But the reason I do a 5-inch square, these can be made any size out of any square of paper, and they don't require measuring, right? But you just saw me do it 5 inches on purpose and measure the scoring on purpose. The reason I do that is because a 5-inch square is almost exactly, I mean, it's within a hair of 7 inches tall. And that's a really nice height for a belly band. So yeah, that's why I do that. That's why I do that. Okay, so then we have this stuff. I really have to change the blade. Look at how hacked up this piece is. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so we have this little strip right here. I could put this in my box of supplies or in my scrap pile. And this is sort of a toss-up size. Like the packaging strip bit, right, is in my scrap pile. This, I could really go either way with. This could be a base for a belly band or something, but I'm going to put it in the scrap pile just because I don't want to over fuss. Look at this now. This actually, so I have confessed before, and I will confess again, that text going the wrong direction really bothers me. And in this case, the text is this way. So this is a horizontal card to me. It is 6 inches by 3 1/4. That is a lovely tag size. And if I could just get over the fact that the text is running the wrong way, I would just put this right in the box. So I'm going to set it to the side and see if I can just get over it, girl. So now we have 3 3/4, and I actually want some more of this tag size. These are 3 3/4 bits, but I think they're only 2 inches wide. They are. And I want some more of those. So let's just turn this on its head and get some 2-inch pieces. 10, 8, 6. Now we have a fat tag left over. let's see if that might actually be this size right here. It is 3 3/4 by 6. So I'm just gonna keep that the way it is. I'm gonna keep these little guys the way they are and put those away and put those fat cards away and put this one other tag with its counterparts. I'm also going to pause the video because I have to get another blade whether I like it or not. I've been putting it off too long. Be right back. Ta-da! We are all better! Alright, let's cut some more stuff up quick. I'll go a little faster. Actually, no, not yet. I'll go a little faster next time, but this time I will show you the other large piece I start with. It is ten inches wide by 8 inches tall. And I will show you what this piece is going to be for as well. So we're going to score this at 5. And probably 1.5. Or should I make it 2? I think I'll make it 2. And of course I did it on the wrong side. Just that one though. Huh. You know what? I think I'm also going to do it at 1/4 and see if I like this best. So then I'm going to fold the 1/4 fold up and the 2-inch up. And I think you see where I'm going with this. Open it back up and fold the center one. Then I'm gonna cut, like, the fold line, the score line, etc. has width to it. Let's see if I can get any kind of dauber with any kind of color to show this better. There we go. That looks good. So this line has depth to it, or width to it, I should say. And I am going to just trim up both sides of that right to that fold line. So now I'm going to trim right up the other side. Oh, I'll hold that out of the way. Now I'm going to trim up the other side of that score line right up to that 2-inch fold and cut it off. So it's a little tiny bit, right? But that's enough. That's just to take the bulk out of the fold. So this folder will now sit lovely when it's all folded and in a journal. But there we go. That's why I cut this, what did I say it was? 10 by 8? So when I'm making a journal then, this piece, I usually put these in the center of a signature. So pull over my journal again. And this would be sewn right in with the rest of the signature. You can see I'd have to adjust my, I do a 5-stitch now instead of 3. So it would probably, I mean, the other stitches would be right here, so it would be fine. But if I was going to do only 3, I'd have to pull these, the top and bottom one, in a little bit to make sure that I caught this folder but then this folder would be in the center of the signature and full of all kinds of goodies. This could also be any part of a signature, right? It would make a good signature cover or first page and last page. But really anywhere in a signature. But these little folders, handy, handy, handy. And always start with the biggest pieces. Just like when you're collaging, just like when you're making a journal, I always start with the biggest pieces. I forgot about this piece, so I don't have any 10 by 8s yet. That's the first one going in my box. Oh, supplies. Kind of a bummer that I didn't do any of those. So this should be a 2-inch, and it is. And I was doing 2 by 3 3/4, but I also have these, and I think this is just 2 by 3, and it is. And I think I'm just going to do that because this is a 12-inch piece, and it'll divide into 3s awfully nicely. Let's just divide it in half first, and then in half again. You know, one of my birth month journals, I know a lady who was in March and she absolutely hates the daffodil, and I have it on my to-do list, right, to completely blow her away with a March journal all full of daffodils and make her love daffodils. I don't know if that'll ever happen. We'll see. So then there's this one. And again, this is horizontal. I would not turn it this way. I just wouldn't. So, what do I want to do with this? How wide is this? This is 4 inches. So these are 4 inches tall. 3 inches wide might make a good tag size. Should we give it a try? So it's at 10. Let's try 7. That's kind of fat. I don't want it like that. Let's try 4 by 2. How about if we try 4 by 2.5? Let's see what 4 by 2.5 looks like. I don't think I have any cards that size yet. I kind of like that. 4 by 2.5 it is. All right, what do we have here? 7.5. So 5. And then 2.5. Look at that, Anna. Well, duh. 10 divided by 4. Hello. I was going to be like, oh, it's so amazing. They turned out just the right measurement. Well, I could have just done the division and it would have been much less debate. But there we go. We have some card bases. And what box does this go in? Oh, I do have some that size. Awesome. Okay. Now I will go a little bit faster. Because I don't understand. I will be with you in just a second, I swear. I don't understand where that piece came from. Okay, I am going to, since I cut one of this sheet into the folder, I'm going to cut this other sheet into the fold out, or the flip out. And I think I'll do that all the way through the pack. 8 by, oh, and I wanted it 8 1/4, not 8. Oh my goodness. That's all right. That's not so far off. We'll put that right in there. And then what do we have here? We have another 6 inches wide. Well, if I do it 8 by I don't know what in the world is wrong with my brain right now, but I'm having a little bit of a short circuit moment. I apologize. I'm just going to keep working, and I'll get back to saying what I'm doing as soon as I figure out what I'm doing. I want this one at 2.5 again. I liked that measurement, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that extra 2 inches, but we'll see. We shall see. 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. And now we have a 2. I'm going to put this in the scrap pile because my brain is seriously just quit functioning. So I'll get back to some of these scraps later, I guess. Figure out what I want to do with them. Look how pretty this one is. Holy buckets, man. Holy buckets. So for this one, I want to make sure that if I'm going to make the folder out of this, or a flip out out of this, yeah, let's do the flip out part first, and remember to do 8 1/4. You know what? I'm going to switch. I'm going to change my flip outs to 8 inches. Wow. I hope I don't regret this. So this flip out is looking really cool. If I score it on this side, right, then this goes under. This is the flip out. Oh my gosh, that's going to be gorgeous. And then there's the flip side. Super, super gorgeous for that one. This one, very plain. And, I mean, it's a pretty color, but it's very plain. Remember that all of these things can have pockets and tucks and all sorts of decorations. These are meant to be blank slates, and use them as you please. If I didn't care for this design right here, I would just cover the whole thing up. It wouldn't bother me a bit. That's not the case. I'm just saying, if you have scrapbook paper that is not your favorite, you are certainly able to use up the stuff that you don't particularly care for in this same fashion. In fact, maybe that's the best use for this for stuff you don't care for. One thing I noticed I'm not getting out of this, doing the cover flip and then the folder measurement, is I'm not able to get the burrito size out of this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut another flip out of this one. Because I like this particular bit so much. But I think out of this one, I will trim it to the 5x5 for a burrito. And there is a nice long strip for the base of a belly band. So that goes in the box. 5 inches. Let's go with 5 over here. So there's my burrito piece. What did that leave me with though? I wonder if I'm gonna regret taking that inch off. So now I have a 3x5. That's a little awkward for a card, but it's not, I mean, it's a good size, but I like my dimensions to not be, Oh, good grief. I am so weird. I like my dimensions to not be exactly half. So, well, 3 by 5 isn't exactly half. Okay, I'm going to just stop talking altogether because apparently I am unable to think this afternoon. I know that I'm extremely tired and I am overloaded with the amount of work I have to do today. And this is not the work. This is me taking a break from the work because this is fun. This is the fun part. Let's do 8 inches here. We got some lilacs going on. And we're going to do 6s. And we're going to cut 1 inch off of this puppy. Get another belly band base. And get another burrito base. So now I got the tag, the belly band, the burrito, the fold out, and leftover chunks. Same thing with this one. Let's go 8 inches tall. I'm really committed to this 8 inches tall thing. So, I mean, I know I already said I hope I don't regret this, but yeah, no kidding. I hope I don't regret this because I don't remember why I made it 8 1/4, except I think that that really fills that space on the cover best, but the flip out doesn't need to cover it. The paper does. So if this is a little inset from the paper, it just means it'll have a little bit of a frame to it. And I don't think that's a bad thing. That doesn't sound bad. When I go to make journals starting in February, I may decide I'm not happy with me. We shall see. All right, what do we have next? Ooh, this one's got stuff on all the edges. So, oh, you know what else I'm forgetting to do? I'm forgetting to do folders. So I'm going to do this one. All right, let's remember to do this one properly. Let's do... I think I'll do 2 flips on this one and no burrito because I really like the idea of this at the front of the journal and this at the back of the journal, or vice versa. So I think we'll do that. And then I have failed to cut off a few of the marketing strip bits, so I'm going to do that quick. And let's just move all that over and cut this one off. Oh, come on. And then this one I think I'll make a folder out of. So I still want it 8 inches high. But I want this one to be 10 inches wide. Oh, and it's going to take a chunk of the pretty off. That's okay though, right? Because then this 2-inch chunk is gorgeous. Can I have a 2-inch belly band? That's a good bookmark size though, isn't it? 2 inches in full height or nearly full height or something. I think I might, like, I don't have enough different sizes in this box. Wait till I get to the part where I show you the box. It's a little ridiculous at this point, and I might need a bigger box. But there is my folder bit. And I need to okay. So we're going to do this at 5. And what did I do? 1/4 of an inch. The only reason I did the 1/4 of an inch is to make that top edge of the folder stronger. Also, a 2-inch pocket is, you know, more than necessary. Cutting up each side of that score line. Whoops. Falling off the score line. I just almost stabbed myself with my scissors. That would be bad. That would be bad. So I should not be stopping to fold these, but I don't have a designated place for these in my box yet, and I can't, I need to be able to tell one piece from the others. So I'm going to fold up at least a couple of them. Hopefully it will grab my attention when I go to put stuff in the box. Get in the box. All right. Let's see what's next. Oh, we only have 2 pages left. This is going super quick. Well, to me it is anyway. So one is going to have the flip out. And the burrito. A fold out, a burrito, a tag, a belly band, and some more stuff. And the other one will have this one will have a folder and a bookmark and a chunk. So now the question is, what do we do with these pieces? Are these are mostly 4 inches, aren't they? I think there's some that aren't. I'm not sure about that though. No, they're all 4 inches. Okay, so let's do what did I say? 2.5? Did I do 4 by 2.5? Yes, that is what I did. I'm going to end up with a lot of little cards / tags this size. 2.5. Oops, I think I want the flower end. 2.5. Yay! 2.5. 2.5. 2.5, and then this is 2 inches. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Hold your horses. Are these? Oh, these are 2.5. Bummer. Okay, wait. What is this one? It is 2. And I think this is 1.5. It's 1.25. Oh my gosh. That's tiny. Okay. So I'm going to do these at 1.25. Tiny bits. Tiny bits. Tiny, tiny bits. Okay, that goes in the scrap. Oh, I was off screen. Okay, that goes in the scrap bin. Look at those tiny tags. They're just adorable. Little tag bases. So, these 2.5 by 4 and these 1.25 by 2. They're so little. But I love tiny things. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm not going to show you the rest because I'm going to go through all of these and they're going to be exactly the same as I just did. But what I am going to do is move this aside and show you the box that I'm ending up with. Look at that. So here's the new bookmark size. It doesn't have a home. Here is the taller belly band size. It doesn't have a home. Here is the burritos, but all the burritos previous to this have been pre-folded. Here is some, when the papers that I'm using have card designs that I probably want to use as they are, I cut them out. And it was just, it was just this one page or two that I can't remember what it was from, but I didn't want to wreck them. I liked those. Was that a Tim Holtz thing? I know I did a whole Tim Holtz batch. But I don't really remember where these birds came from. But I like the nature stuff. I might use those cards. So they're just in there tucked in the side. But look, I have this size card. And I have stacks of this size card. And then I have the burritos. And then I have this size card. And then I have ATC size cards, and then I have littler cards and littler cards and even littler cards. And then this is more of a business card size, but some of them got really tall. So, whatever. They'll all get used. Here is some tag sizes. It's a kind of a variety pack back there too. And more variety and much bigger pieces. I think I had a use for these, but honestly, I don't remember what it was. So I'm not sure. I thought I should be labeling all these sections, but then I thought I don't really want to. We'll see, whatever. Anyways, here's a folder bit. There's the 2 folders that I actually folded. I'm going to take them out. I don't have a good place for the folders. And then there's these. These are, when I have paper that is one-sided, this is one of the pieces I do for one-sided paper, and I'll be recording that in a bit. I have a whole bunch of Belly Band bookmark bits. And actually here, I'm going to take that out too, because if I have to make another box, I might as well keep all those together. And then this back section is all of those fold out pieces. No, it's not. No, wait, here, let me show you. So in the back is all the fold out pieces, but there is a section in the front here that is smaller. And this is for this like this light purple pink page, pink purple. That's the whole cover sheet. So that goes on the whole cover, and then the flip out, right? So this would glue on just like this on the book, and then this piece would flip out. So, and I typically do this piece with single-sided paper too, but I have these books full of double-sided cardstock, but it's two colors, but variations on a theme for the most part. A couple of them are kind of wild differences, but in any case, those are those front cover pieces. And honestly, if I didn't want to flip out, the flip outs could be trimmed down to be front cover pieces too. So I actually have I have a lot. I have a lot, and I'm not done. So yeah, there we go. That's how I cut up an entire pack of paper at one time. Yeah. Ones that I want to do in a theme, I don't necessarily do this way until I've gotten pieces out that I want. So this is the way I do two-sided heavy scrapbook papers. I do one-sided heavy scrapbook papers a different way. And I do theme-based that I want to make a whole journal based on a third way. And I will most likely find the single-sided one and one that's going to be a theme, and I will probably do videos to show all three different ways that I cut them up. But this is where I'm at for this type. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that this offered some help to anybody with maybe a slightly different idea than what you may have seen before. All right. See you next time. Bye.